Kill or be killed is the motive for prodigal Mexican boxer Vergil Ortiz, as he will be going up against what is to be his toughest test yet in Uzbeki boxer Israel Madrimov, as they will be colliding live on February 22nd in Saudi Arabia. As usual, I'm your boy Mac. I'll be handing this over to my co-host. Now, let's talk boxing.
February 22nd, Vergil Ortiz will finally get his chance at superstardom if he can defeat Israel Madrimov, a dangerous fighter who has given Terrence Crawford, the pound-for-pound king, his hardest fight in previous fights.
This is a great fight. You know, it was crazy to hear that Madrimov might have fought Boachuk before this fight, you know.
Man.
That, to me, that just screamed all-time fighter from like the 70s, 60s, and 50s.
But that just shows
insane.
you what kind of fighter Vergil's going to step in the ring with February
a killer,
22nd.
Dude. He's going to be going up against a killer in Madrimov, and I just feel like that this is just a great fight. You know, thank the Saudis for giving us these type of fights, and this is going to be a 50-50 fight in my opinion.
Of course, and we know Vergil does have momentum. You know, he just came off a hard win against Serhii Boachuk, where a lot of people felt like it could have gone either way. Me personally, I had Vergil Ortiz winning, but nonetheless, same goes with Madrimov. He just came off a hard loss, which many people thought he could have won against Terrence Crawford. So these guys have good momentum. Why? Because they both feel like they've been disrespected by the boxing public, and they want to step in to fight amongst each other. Two great fighters to see who really has the potential to become the world champion at 154 pounds. Man, I think this fight's great. I think, nonetheless, Vergil is going to come in, and this is really his first shot. You know, his first shot before a title shot was what I could say. His toughest test. We know Israel Madrimov has a really impressive athletic style. He has a lot of weird momentum, but he uses it very well. He displays a very good jab, and he even gave someone like Terrence Crawford a hard time.
Now, I just feel like that with Terrence Crawford versus Madrimov, it was more so a stylistic matchup. You know, I just don't think that Crawford could have read Madrimov so clearly. But with someone like Vergil, he's a little bit more of a basic style, and I feel like he'd walk down Madrimov, in my opinion.
I could agree with that. You know, Vergil, I wouldn't want to say he's one-dimensional, although he does seem to have that, you know, that typical Mexican style. I see Vergil, you know, just improving. He's getting better. He's a young guy. He has a great coach of the year, Robert Garcia, right behind him. And, you know, apart from that, he has good experience. The guy's gotten in there with a couple of good fighters like Mean Machine, like, you know, Boachuk. You know, a bunch of good guys at 147 pounds and 154, and I think this is Vergil's moment. You know, I know Israel Madrimov isn't just going to let him get the W, but if anybody could beat him and if anybody could knock out Madrimov, I think it could be Vergil. See, the thing with Vergil, although he does fight basic, he has a tenacity where he just comes at you vicious. If you hurt him, he's going to come and hurt you. He's not going to allow you to put the pace on him. He's going to keep hitting you with vicious shots, and he's going to rip to the body, and I believe that's going to be what's going to win him the fight. I think the body work that Vergil's going to display, because we know Robert Garcia is going to give him a good game plan. I think the body work is what is going to give Vergil Ortiz this win. Now,
That's where I somewhat disagree. I could see that, what you're saying, but I could also see Madrimov jabbing into his body. You know, Vergil's going to be very careful at first, especially at 154. He just got dropped, twice already?
That is
in
true.
his last fight at 154. So I feel like he's going to be a lot more careful, and I feel like Madrimov is going to... I could see this as like Madrimov walking him down with that jab, and Vergil being very careful and trying to use that flicker jab he used up against Boachuk. But I feel like that eventually his heart will play a factor, and that's where Vergil is going to
separate himself.
Yeah, separate himself from Madrimov and from Terrence Crawford as well.
You know, one thing I will say, and I will give to Israel Madrimov, is that he is tricky. You said it. It wasn't easy for even a guy that has so much skill like Terrence Crawford to figure him out. He really didn't. It's just he won basically off points. But the thing is with me is, although Israel has, you know, a weird style where he's kind of in and out.
He's very awkward.
He's very awkward. He is athletic. He throws shots around the guard. I think Vergil is going to step it to him. I don't think he's going to try to box him. He's going to step forward. And more than anything, one of Vergil's best shots, apart from the body work, is the uppercut. And we know Israel Madrimov likes to be short, and he likes to lower his level because he likes using explosiveness to come back up. But I think that's going to also play a factor with Vergil's nasty uppercuts. I'm really excited for this fight. Like I said, when you got two high-level guys that aren't champions and they're still hungry to get the belts and they're still hungry to prove themselves, you can't get better than this. It's a 50-50 fight, and I can't wait to see it. Hopefully, this is the fight that we're supposed to see with Vergil and Tim Tszyu, because that would have been a banger. But I believe in Turkey Al Sheikh in Saudi Arabia, and I think this will be one of the best fights on that February 22nd stack card.
Now, this is my prediction. I feel like this possibly might be top contender fight of the year. We already had one good fight with Pitbull and Fierro, so this might be the second best fight of this year.
And let me remind you, Vergil Ortiz had one of the best fights last year against Serhii Boachuk. So this is this could definitely be one of the best fight cards of February 22nd. Will you guys be tuning in? Make sure you guys are there, because we know we will. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. My name's Eric.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm your boy, Mac. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. Please go make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we're out.